Chicano! Chicana! ¡Que viva la raza! Compañeras y compañeros, I'm so honored to be here again. My name is Ernesto Ayala, and compañera Vanessa, I'm the chair, she's the vice chair of the Partido de la Raza Unida. The reason this day is important to us, and it's important if you leave with anything today, you have to keep this in mind. In 1970, our people like you, Chicanas y Chicanos, Chicanx, La Raza, indigenous people, came to understand that if we don't organize ourselves, if we don't organize under our own issues, under our own interests, we will get nothing. We'll go nowhere. All these problems that we continually talk about, police brutality, ICE raids, the marginalization of our raza, everything, from jobs to the way we're discriminated in the schools. Even in the schools we're the majority and they don't teach us our history of this land right here. All of that, the complete erasure of our people. If we don't organize, we will go nowhere. We have to organize. And that's why in 1970, our people took these streets. The people from these barrios came out and they said, ya basta, ya basta. We don't believe in your game anymore. We don't believe in your Republicans or your Democrats. We have to organize a Partido de la Raza Unida. And La Raza Unida has been in existence ever since. On that day is such an example of self-determination. Because even if we had nothing, we poor people, working class people, colonized people, la gente que se gana la vida trabajando y sudando, even if we had nothing, we defended ourselves. We defended ourselves against the sheriffs and the LAPD, and we let them know that if they dared to abuse our people, we would resist to the last drop. And that's why we honor the three brothers that died on that day, Lynn Ward, Angel Diaz, and Ruben Salazar. Lynn Ward and Angel Diaz eran dos muchachos. They were two young men who defended their people to the very end. They're martyrs of the Chicano movement. They're martyrs of Aztlán. They're martyrs of La Raza. Ellos murieron defendiendo al pueblo aquí en este barrio. Y luego fue la policía y mató a Rubén Salazar, como dijo la compañera allá en el Silver Dollar. Y ahora es una tienda de música. It's a music store now. That day proved that we did not care what they would tell us. We did not care if they told us, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't talk about this. We said, you know what? Our war is not in Vietnam. Our war is not against other poor brown people that look just like us. Other poor brown people that bend their backs just like our people in the Central Valley or throughout Aztlán where there's agriculture. Those are not our enemies. Our enemies are the people that are bombing them and that are bombing us with the colonialism that we have to live through every single day. The police, the migra, the institutions, the huge businesses that come into our barrios in the day and leave at night with a big old bag of loot, and the people that made that capital, that made that work happen, have nothing to show. We have nothing to show. So on that day, we practiced self-determination, even if it was at the point of giving your life. So it's important to understand that, Raza. That's the significance of the Chicano Moratorium, of Chicano Liberation Day. And that's the legacy that we in the Partido continue to uphold, that we are fighting for self-determination. We're not fighting for crumbs, we're not begging, we're not asking, we're saying this is who we are. Somos la raza, somos chicanos, mexicanos, somos gente indígena. And esta es nuestra tierra. And it doesn't matter who tells us you don't belong here, you can't say this. No, esta es nuestra tierra, nuestra sangre está en esta tierra, nuestro sudor está en esta tierra. Estas ciudades se construyeron con el trabajo de la raza. Y cuando decimos la raza, when we talk about la raza and Chicanos, that means all of us. It doesn't mean if you were born here, you were born there, or whatever, you call yourself a Chicano. No, somos Chicanos. In fact, the first Chicanos, Mexicanos, were our tribal family who lived under the boot of Spain together with us. And we fought off Spain right here on this land. We fought off Spain. So that's the fear they have of letting us know about the Chicano Moratorium, because on that day, La Raza came together. And if you listen to the words of compañero Matt, the slogans of that day, Indians of all tribes, our war is here, Viva Slan Libre. We came together like one people, and we told them, you get off our land. You're an immigrant, you're the invader, not us. And it doesn't matter if we were born here, or we were many generations, or we're tribal origin, or we just came from Mexico, or just came from Centroamérica. Aquí somos un pueblo, una raza, Chicanos, Chicanas, indígenas, and we're fighting for our land. So that's, I think, an important thing to understand about that. That's what we're fighting for. We need to be organized. So I'm gonna pass it on to Doctora Bustamante, mi prima. She's gonna let us know a little bit more about what we're currently doing. Pero keep that in mind, Raza. That's the power of the Chicano Moratorium, and that's why you need to be involved in your party, in la Raza Unida party. Gracias. Que viva la Raza.
¡Viva! ¿Cómo estamos, Raza? ¡Chicano! ¡Power! ¡Chicana! ¡Power! ¡Chicanex! ¡Power! Here we are, 52 years later, still fighting for the same reasons we were fighting 52 years ago. This is wrong, Raza. This is so wrong that our families, that our siblings, that our community members are continuing to be killed on these streets, that they are being slaughtered by pigs in the community that are supposed to be keeping people safe, right? These lies they tell us of what they are here to do, but what they really do. Here we are as La Raza Unida, and we're here to be your first step in getting involved. Hopefully many of you today have come here to figure out ways and to support your community, to get involved, to learn more, and that's really where it starts. Knowledge is power. As an educator, I believe that if we have knowledge, we can overthrow systems. We can come together as community and make things happen for our communities. Your first step in getting involved with La Raza Unida is joining our study group. That's it. Coming together with folks from across the nation to learn of the Chicano struggles that we have dealt with years, for centuries on this land, and to come together to organize, not just here in Califaslan, in Los Angeles, not just in Arizona, not just in New York, not just in Florida, but everywhere. Coming together every Wednesday night at 5 p.m., 6 p.m., depending on your time zone, where you can come together and learn more about your community, about our struggles, but also on how to really organize to make a difference in your community. If you're sitting there and you don't know where to start, or you just feel like maybe you're not connected with your community, with your culture, this is your first step in getting connected and feeling that sense of community and belonging with fellow Chicanos who have continued to struggle. We have initiated many things across the nation. Our Chicano plebiscite, which we hope to take nationally, really empowering and uniting Chicano communities. There is one thing that I have learned through my own education, but also as being an educator, is that they're scared. They're scared of enlightened, educated Chicanos, Raza, who have come from the neighborhoods, who have come from the streets. They're scared of us because we're not just coming on these college campuses with regular educated, book knowledge. We're coming with street knowledge, and that scares them because us as Chicanos, we're far more than what they tell us to be as students in these classes. We're better. We're not going to sit there and regurgitate information. We're there to be empowered, to empower ourselves, to empower our communities. Don't forget about your community. Yeah, I'm here. A lot of people want to wonder, you have your doctor, you're supposed to act a certain way. This is the way I'm going to act. This is how I'm going to be. I'm going to come back to my community, and I'm going to give back to the people that gave to me countless times, that helped support me and bring me up in a community of culture, in a community of empowerment, in a community of chingonas. That's what I'm back here to give, right? And that's what I empower you all. All of you that may be scared or a little nervous to get involved, or you don't know where to start, I'm telling you, the first step is you being here today. You've already taken that first step. So go visit a table. If it's not La Raza Unida, it's something else. But there's something out there for you. There's something that you can get involved in to continue empowering and motivating those people around you so that we can collectively gather like we do here today, every year, so that we can overthrow systems. The more people that we have here, the better that we'll do in overthrowing and changing the future for all these little Chicanitos that are here today, for all of the ones that are not yet here. because they are our future. And if we haven't realized that yet, the future is really right in front of you, and they're the small ones. So if you haven't taken the time today to talk to a little one, to greet them, step back, because they're the ones that are here that are gonna hold the power. So it's really about how we come through, how we educate, how we come together as a community. I really hope that in the future we will see you. We're actually meeting in Denver in a couple of weeks at our Congreso in Denver, Colorado, September 16th and 17th. There's a lot of ways to get involved, Raza, and that's what we're here to motivate you to do today. It's not just about the Instagram post. It's not just about retweeting and reposting. It's about being here in person, speaking to one another, getting to understand each other's stories, to realize that we have intersectional identities that should be honored. I'm here as a queer Chicana, born in the San Fernando Valley, but also raised in the streets of East LA, and I'm here to say that we are all community, we are all one, we are all raza. Que viva la raza! Que viva Slan Libre! Que viva! Chicana! Chicana! Chicano! Chicanex! Gracias.
Viva la raza.